Hello everyone, it is I, Scapeward, and welcome to my channel. If you follow Heroscape on Instagram, Facebook, Discord, TikTok, you might have seen my name, Scapeward. I can't say the same for Reddit because I have a weird name on there that I have been trying to change. I just haven't figured out how. I'll probably just post the name up there on the screen. But now I am in your ear. I'm creating this channel because I feel the Heroscape community could use more content creators. There's only really a handful of them. On this specific channel, I want to bring more spotlight on the community's creations, such as their own custom army cards with their custom figures, their custom terrain on their maps, some cool scenarios people can come up with, even fun game modes. I know a lot of people make some portals and they gotta travel to the portal to get to the other side and capture the princess. I want to see more of that.
Show me what you got!
There are other several groups who make customs like the SOV, the C3V, and the C3G who have added new armies to the game even after the discontinuation of Heroscape in 2010.
Why?
But I want to see what hasn't been published. I want to see the slums, the undergrounds of the army cards. Those 100,000 point value army cards.
It's over 9,000!
So now that I'm done with the introduction for this channel, let's get started with our first ever community custom spotlight video. On today's spotlight, we're going to go ahead and look at some custom army cards submitted by one of our own community members. We're going to experiment with how we break down these cards, and hopefully it's a pleasant watch and listen. And that's all I can say. Let's get started.
Let's do it! Let's do it! Let's do it!
We want to say these spotlight videos are not ranking the customs on their playability or competitiveness. I'm simply spotlighting the creativity of our community. If you feel you have some suggestions on how to improve a custom, I strongly encourage you to leave a respectful comment in the comment section. I'm pretty sure the creator of those customs will read your comments. Thank you guys. On our first community spotlight video, we're going to go ahead and take a look at two army cards submitted by fellow scaper Jbush or the BushLord. I know I have seen the BushLord post some custom army cards of Iron Man. That was pretty cool. But today he submitted a very unique type of army card. So without further ado, I'm going to give the microphone over to my announcer buddy here. He's a unique hero Mindflayer. Some say he's a little bit of an overlord who's also terrifying. Uletarid. I hope I'm saying his name right. Uletarid. Uletarid comes in with 7 life. He has a running speed of 5 spaces, arm length 1 space, attack whopping 5, defense respectable 3, 180 pesos. Yeah, that's a steep price for Ulutarid. Let's see if his movesets can justify paying so much. So this handsome Squidward's first ability is called Ceramorphosis. If Ulutarid destroys an adjacent hero, roll a 20-sided die. If you roll an 18 or higher, replace the destroyed figure with one of your previously destroyed Mindflayer hero figures. That figure has 2 wound markers on their army card when placed by Ceramorphosis. I think Ceramorphosis is a really cool reanimation ability, and I like that it keeps itself balanced by putting 2 wound markers on the Mindflayer hero when it enters. And rolling 18 or higher is a really slim chance of hitting Ceramorphosis, but I know when you hit it, it's going to be a really good time. The next ability is called Aberration Ritual. Oh. When the Mindflayer destroys an opponent's figure with a special attack, replace the destroyed figure with one of your previously destroyed Intellect Devourers. So what is an Intellect Devourer? We're going to go ahead and take a look at that next. But this only triggers when a Mindflayer destroys with a special attack. Okay. From what I see so far, Ulutarid does not have a special attack. So we're gonna have to use the D&D Mindflayer to trigger this Aberration Ritual. The third ability is called Psionic Field. If a Mindflayer you control within 6 spaces of Ulutarid failed their roll for the Enslave ability, you can remove 1 order marker from this army card to re-roll for the Enslave. So if you aren't familiar with the Mindflayer Mastermind from the D&D expansion, I'm going to go ahead and put it up on the screen here. The Mindflayer Mastermind has an Enslave 17 ability, which just honestly, so I can summarize this whole paragraph, takes control of an opponent's figure if rolled above a 17 or higher. It's just temporary control, and then you just give the figure back to its original owner at the end of that turn. So you can see how Ulitarit's Psionic Field really complements the Mastermind, giving it that second opportunity to enslave an opponent's figures. It's pretty bonkers if you ask me. And last but not least, Ulitarit's last ability is called Levitation. Ulitarit does not take falling damage and may ignore all effect from terrain tiles he moves onto or occupies. Before we move on to the next army card, I'm gonna want to wrap up my thoughts here on Ulitarit. Ulitarit was created by Jbush to complement the current Mindflayer archetype of just one unique hero from the D&D expansion. I understand the VC has another Mindflayer that goes by... Oh man, I'm gonna try my best on this name here. I'm gonna try my best. Yeah, that sounds about right. What I like about Ulitarit is a very tanky figure at 7 life. He's gonna stay on the board for a hot minute, especially depending on the way you play Ulitarit. It himself doesn't really oppose a threat, as it doesn't really have any special attacks. It does carry a whopping 5 attack here, so even getting close to it and trying to smack it, you can probably deal a blow here and there, but eventually those 5 attacks against that figure is gonna kill any of these. It's a Necromancer at the end of the day. Being able to bring back some Intellect Devourers and other Mindflayer heroes you control, you would want to target it right away, but at the same time, the other Mindflayers are just gonna be walking around enslaving your people. It's pretty crazy. It's pretty crazy. Overall, really good balanced card. Let's on to the next one. But Scapeward, what the flippity flip is an Intellect Devourer? Very good question, as I know I have mentioned that name in the past. At Intellect Devourer is a small 2, very puny brain. Aberration, Common Squad, Loyal Guard. Starting at 1 life, can move up to 6 spaces, count them 6 spaces. Range 1, part of the 2-2 squad with attack 2, defense 2. At 60 monies. 60 monies ain't too shabby for 3 little brains. So let's go see what their abilities are. Your Intellect Devourers have the ability to Mind Meld. After taking a turn with the Intellect Devourers, if at least 2 Intellect Devourers you control are engaged, you may immediately take a turn with 1 Mindflayer hero you control. Pretty cool. Like a restricted bonding. Make you work for it. Devour Intellect. If a Mindflayer you control uses Enslave on an opponent's figure, add 1 to your die roll for each Intellect Devourer adjacent to that figure, up to a maximum of +3 for a Devour Intellect. Lastly, claim 3 or X3. When moving up or down levels of terrain, Intellect Devourers may triple their height, so their brain power maximizes by 3. That's crazy. Overall, these little brain dudes are pretty cool. I really like the support they add to the Mindflayer archetype that Jbush created here. The bonding is not automatic, which I feel a lot of common squads should go that way. Make you work for it a little bit more. Wouldn't mind seeing Renegade push a Mindflayer archetype. I know it's not gonna happen due to that being a D&D concept and everything, but I wouldn't mind it. It's pretty cool. A little bonus they add though. You're telling me you have a Mindflayer. You know he's looking at his opponent right there. And I'm about to control your mind. With my 3 little brain homies over here, they're gonna help me. They're gonna give me a not 1, a not 2, but a +3 to my Enslave. Bring in that other Mindflayer from the VC, whose name should not be pronounced ever again. That's an additional +1. You're looking at a normal rate of 15% chance being able to enslave your opponent's characters to now a whopping 30 to 35% chance max. And then if you add Ulitarir, you can do that shit twice. What? So now that we have seen both army cards submitted by
the BushLord,
overall they look like there's some pretty interesting figures. I really like Ultarid's support role and his ability to bring back those mind flayers. Those little brain guys, normally you see a common squad and you would want to have them go and attack the other common squads, but these kind of lay back and support your mind flayers. They look pretty fun. Jbush has confessed he has not play tested these, so there might be some imbalances, but if you want to help him out and play test them yourself, I can provide a link to the figures below. As I begin to wrap up this video, I really want to give a big thank you to the BushLord, Jbush, for allowing me to show off his creative custom cards. These mind flayers were really fun to take a look at, especially those little brain homies. I also want to say thank you to all of you guys and gals who have watched this video thoroughly. I am open to constructive criticism, any way I can improve or make the content much enjoyable to watch. As much as I had fun making this content, I also want to make it fun for you guys. And lastly, before I skedaddle, if you guys want to hit that like button and subscribe, or let me know that you guys enjoyed this video and want more of this content. You guys can leave a comment for Jbush. Let him know what you like about his Mindflayer cards and the little brain homies. It'll be greatly appreciated. And I'll see you guys on the next one.